Ooh, I like that one. Yeah. You are listening to the Lost Minds. You say it, that sounds better.
You are listening to the Lost Minds podcast.
Let's get this session started with a deep breathing exercise. And by deep breathing exercise, I mean, see on the inside.
Hello. What are you doing? Just making a podcast. Bet your ass cool.
Dude, my nose itches a lot from the sunburn I got on it.
That's definitely not how to start one. That's definitely not the right way to start one.
Dude, you can start a podcast any way you want.
So
That's what the music's
give
for.
it a second.
Dun 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 dun.
Welcome
dun, dun, dun,
to the
dun.
Lost Minds podcast.
Lose that radio voice, dude.
Welcome to the Lost Minds podcast.
That's much better.
Welcome, everyone. Gather around.
Gather around the campfire and listen to the song.
Sit down, take a listen. For I've got to tell of many journeys.
Sit down and stay a while.
How was your guys' journey
Oh, to Bear Ears.
to Bears?
Bear Ears.
Bear Ears National Monument.
pretty cool.
Bears.
It was a couple days, and we went to it was the Natural Bridges National Monument, and then that pretty much is engulfed by the Bear Ears area. Or you guess if it is even it, because when we got back the next day in the paper, they had the thing that Trump had an executive order signing to redo the Bear Ears Monument and then the Grand Staircase in Escalante.
Yeah, I think it's a good plan, though, because they don't look like bear ears right now. He wants to make them look more like bear ears.
Wait, is that what the plan was?
Yeah, he's having reconstructive surgery on it.
I thought they were going to just stick a bunch of oil wells everywhere.
Same thing.
Make it look like a porcupine.
I think they'll leave it probably maybe, I don't know, bust it up, make it look like a real bear. But the Bear Ears, you can kind of barely tell. It's just like a couple peaks.
It's just two plateaus, really.
It kind of looks like it, and so you can kind of see it, but they just maybe identified it or something so they could walk towards it from long distances or something. But there was pretty sweet. It was a bunch of badass ruins, all down in there. We hiked for
a lot of it.
Few days.
It was really funny with Alexi because he's like I was exhausted, but I guess he was even way more exhausted than me. And as we're going down, he's like, dude, Edmer, I don't want to go any further. And I was like, dude, we gotta go. And he's like, I don't want to go any further. He's like, I'll just hang out here. I'm like, dude, it'll be well worth it. And then he's like, you know what? Fuck it. If I go down there, Brick, you gotta get a rope to drag me back up. And then so we get to the bottom, and it's A-okay from there because it's just flat ground, basically, through a riverbed. And we're sitting there hiking, and we get to the ruins, and then that part was sketchy as fuck, getting up to the ruins.
Don't be scared,
dude, it was...
Yeah, these guys are scared. You can't
Yeah,
it was
that Rick or fucking Brick ran up it.
No. He was like, Admir, you go first in case you fall. You can take the fall better than I can. And I was like, damn straight. So I went up.
Stay as close to the rock as possible. He's belly crawling up it.
And I made it all the way up. And then it was like Last of the Mohican style, dude.
Damn.
If you fell off, you're just, ah. And then...
That would have been cool, though.
No, it was pretty cool. There was a couple people there that were hiking with us, and they slipped. And
It's all right.
I was like, you didn't need him
Survival
anyway.
of
You're
the fittest.
much better woman
First they were
for
hiking
him.
with us, and they weren't hiking with us.
Yeah.
No, there was only a few people. It really wasn't even that busy, and most of that area was empty. We just ended up camping in a few spots and stuff. But
The camping spot was great.
Yeah, Alexi was telling me about it. You guys fucking are assholes, dude.
Why?
You guys go into the secret camping spot and steal all this dude's wood that he had already.
We
we
filled it
left
back
a
up,
lot.
though.
Nah,
we left a lot
Alexi
there.
told me, dude. He's like, yeah, we took all his fucking wood. I was like, damn.
Dude, that's just you got to do. You got to just go in there and take other people's shit because that's how you survive. No, it was like they buried their old campfire with dirt. So we had to, I was like, let's rebuild this campfire. And he's like, that sounds like a good idea. And he literally built it right next to the other one. So there's this giant mound of shit right next to our campfire. It was just annoying the entire time. 'Cause it's like when you try to walk around it, it was a mountain of dirt right next to the campfire. And I was like, dude, could we have not built it anywhere else but fucking right next to the old one? I don't know.
It was that was kind of a weird setup. But I didn't know it was like a rock underneath it. But you guys just started building it out because it was like windy and we're like, well, let's do it right now. And so we just pulled it to the side.
I told him like, let's move it away a little bit so it's not there. And then I went to help you with setting up the tarp for the tent. And he started doing that, and I come back and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
yeah, but when I came back, it was like already pretty much made. I'm like, well.
Yeah, well, he started doing it, and I was like, well, should we move it? He's like, no, let's just keep going here. So I was like, whatever. I just went with it. I didn't like it, but I went with it. So,
yeah, I really liked the area.
life.
It was really cool. It's going to be interesting to see it all like chopped up or whatever. But
Yeah, you're making a video out of it, aren't you?
yeah, I got a bunch of it and stuff. That's what I should do next. I got to edit. Just hopefully pretty much
When are you going to go back out?
I don't know.
He's like, the hardest part is putting the black squares on mine and Alexi's faces so we
across
can't
the
be seen
eyes.
with them.
Yeah.
Like walking around all over. Oh my God, it takes so long.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I bet it takes forever. There's a program that's like Tracker or something. Like you can tell it to track a face, and it'll make the face blurry the entire time.
That's actually not bad.
It's a pretty cool
I'll
program.
get that for you.
Yeah. It's just legit. Who's the blob? Why is
It's
that blob?
definitely not Admir.
You'll
That's what
just
it
get
says underneath it.
you'll get a picture of like some famous person and put it there instead of like the blurred image, so it looks like there's a famous person with you at all times. Except it's me.
Who would you
They-
choose? Who's your famous person?
That you'd insert their face online.
Over myself or over your
Oh,
face?
mine.
Admir. The one that you went on this trip with.
What person would I put? I don't know, like James Franco or someone.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You know, he was out there before 127 hours or something, you know. But
Yeah, I'd probably put like the DeLorean or something. That'd be a pretty cool
What?
picture. I like the car.
the car,
dude.
they just fucking moving just like on his face.
It looks.
Put a bucket of chicken.
When he starts talking.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to hear his annoying voice.
Another video. That'd actually be
It was
a
fun.
fucking horrible thing to watch. Like after 2 honks, I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
This guy's constantly.
It's going to
just
have to be a
mute him.
vine.
yeah. No, but barriers was actually pretty interesting. I mean, we had no idea of even what it was or what the heck it looked like, or then you start going like, oh, okay. So it was pretty cool just to go get away and stuff.
Forest of large sagebrush, basically.
Yeah.
I guess there was pretty piney areas next to the mountains themselves, but
Has anybody who went with you guys been to it before? Or no?
no.
So it was just a free run?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's so many damn canyons, too. You could go hiking for days. Just keep hiking and hiking and hiking.
Was it easy to get lost or no?
It seems like it would be. It all starts looking like, but really, you kind of like when you start coming back, you remember.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you stay there for like a month, you would memorize everything. Because like at first, we went down this first like hike, and it was a pretty decent hike down because you're going basically straight down a sheer cliff.
Yeah.
And what would you say? It took us like a half hour to get down.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and then like we hiked a little bit around the bottom. We didn't do much, and then we hiked back up. So it was like about an hour and a half total of that one hike.
Could you guys not see down there?
You kind of can, kind of can't, because it's kind of like down there, you know, like it's like a C shape. Plus, there's a lot of bushes and shit and like trees growing up at the side of it. So, then we made our way back up and got in the car and we drove to another point where we thought like we can hike down to see the little houses that are built into the walls, but it was just an observation
What are
point.
those called? Pueblos? Or something like that?
Wall
No,
houses.
they were calling them ruins or something.
Ruins?
Yeah. They had a bunch of like
I think a
ancient
pueblo
weapons
or
with magic in them.
Like a little barrow house.
But
I don't know.
so we get to this observation deck and we're like looking down and we're like, fuck, this is just an observation spot. Like you can see them clear the fuck down there. But
Yeah.
so then we had to get back in the car and drive to another spot. And then that hike was a half-hour hike down, and then it was like 2-hour hike back to those ruins. But if the very first time when we went down, if we just kept going just a little bit further, we would have been to the ruins. So we basically backtracked on foot the entire way through the canyon, got to the ruins, and then we had to backtrack to the car and then up the mountain again.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, this is the national bridges or whatever.
Yeah.
Monument. That whole park, it's like 10 miles or 7 miles? 10 miles, I think, and you can hike the whole thing. It's the biggest hike it in a day. Do that whole like circle of things, but it's like, yeah. it'd be
I'd
a
say the
long
hardest
hike.
part is going down and going up the face of the cliff. Other
Yeah,
than
especially
that,
when you're like afterwards when we come all back, we're like going up the hill. I'm like, oh man.
yeah, it was exhausting.
Oh, shit.
But
Wasn't bad.
Going down is pretty easy and it's kind of fun because a lot of the spots, all they did basically was take like a giant saw and like cut a bunch of little lines in there and then cut those lines right across the bottom to make like steps. So like there's these like weird areas where all they had was like a handle, like it was like a shitty rail, and then some cut steps in the sandstone, and then you just kind of walk down that. Then you use this like it looked like a rickety makeshift wood ladder, but it was like bolted to the
I
face
saw the
of the
picture
cliff.
on Instagram.
Yeah, and
At Brick.
and then you can like crawl down that and you keep going down. But going down was the easy part. I think hiking around down there was also fun because it was just flat ground basically. And, like if you imagine like a small little creek and you're kind
Yeah.
of traveling through that, it was simple. There was sometimes sun, sometimes shade, bushes, trees.
Sometimes there's dirt.
Sometimes there was some water. Sometimes there's dirt.
I like describe generally what outside is.
There's a bird.
Yeah, sometimes there's things.
I mean, it was bugs,
Oh, yeah. My next question. Animals.
lizards.
Lizards?
Lizards.
Mainly, yeah, there's like no animals.
I seen a crow. There was a couple crows.
Yeah, we left
Damn.
our even like food out and stuff, and like really no one.
Yeah, we were like, come here, animal, come here.
The only animal there was freaking Admir, freaking snoring.
Yeah,
But then Alexi was like sitting there trying to say that he's not snoring, and I like woke up and I seen like fucking Admir recording Alexi like. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And then Admir like, it's like, "Yeah, it was a."
I'm just recording him.
Well, first I thought that was Alexi, and then it like moves over, and I'm like, "Nope, that was Admir." Because I was kind of a wet sleep. I'm like,
You were watching him sleep, dude?
yeah, dude.
Admir was.
Dude, I woke up to it like, and I'm a tough sleeper. Like when I fall asleep, dude, you can literally like shoot a gun next to me, and I'll be like, have a sweet dreams. But I'm like sitting there sleeping, and then like the earth starts shaking. It's like, and like I looked over, and I had a glass of water there, and it was like off Jurassic Park. It was like
whatever.
like ripples in the water, and I was like, "What is going
Glass
on?"
water. We only brought plastic.
Yeah,
cups.
that's what I was
I
saying.
had,
He was like,
dude, I'm
It
fancy.
was my lucky glass.
It's my lucky glass, and I'm like, "Oh no, there's a T-Rex," and I looked over, and it was Alexi. Like,
I realized these guys like every time like there's like it was like because it got cold that first night, but like not so bad and like
the first night was freezing balls, dude. I felt like someone poured a bucket of water on me. That's how cold I was the first
damn
night.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
See, you gotta get
You guys
a
are in the
sleeping bag. I was
desert.
doing all right.
Dude, I was frozen.
I was like cold.
I woke
but
up like 6 times that night. I was just like,
I couldn't. Dude, it sounded like you were sleeping. I couldn't sleep because you kept snoring. Or at least maybe it was Lexi. It would like cover his bag, would cover his face, and it sounded like it was like suffocating. Fucking, he's like wind tunnels, like like against the.
he's like
blanket.
sucking in the sleeping bag.
And it makes like this weird like howl. It's like, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
I think I spent most of the first night awake.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of I kept waking up too, being just on hard ground and stuff like that. Dude, we packed everything in my fucking car, so it was 4 of
Really?
us in there. Yeah, and like
Holy
everything was in there.
Like every inch of the
Tables,
car was full,
stoves,
dude.
yeah, like bags.
It was kind of cool.
I
I
ordered
felt
a rack
cozy.
and it came on fucking back order, so it didn't come in time. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be a full fucking car.
Damn.
I felt kind of cozy though, just being like buried in everything, and then I had my sleeping bag in my lap.
It's like if I die, I'd be like,
Yeah.
Going pod.
And this is the
Pod
dead guy, Admir. He has 2 tables in him, a bottle opener,
we had a
and
table, dude, it was like a badass fold out one. It's like
It was a
folds out
really
little,
cool
like,
fold-out
chairs.
table.
The stove and Alexi, dude, I don't get it. Like I went back and like started washing my pans. Dude, I've cooked for quite a few years in my life. I never fuck up pans like that in a matter of a few days. So I was like, damn, dude. And he's like,
The one we did the stir fry in.
and the other one too with the grease and everything. It's like all over
That one was bad.
because he kept saving the bacon grease. I'm like, why does everything taste so good? But he saves bacon grease and puts it in it, and it just makes it.
yeah, dude, it saves the flavor.
It kind of does and stuff. But I'm just like, damn.
I don't know. I thought it was. I tried to clear out that stir fry one, but
I
dude,
don't know, dude. That was like it just gets. You need like oil, something in there, you know.
I tried. Dude, I
going
tried.
dry dog in there, dude.
You guys raw dogged it?
Yeah, just going
Oh,
in like spinning
man.
on some stainless, just raw.
No, he put oil in there.
He put the sauce, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, but I think he also put oil in there too, because he had that big old thing of canola oil or whatever the fuck he was
Vegetable
using.
oil.
Vegetable oil.
He had olive oil and stuff, but we never used it. I don't know. It was weird. I was like, damn, dude, I never did that shit.
He's a very
cast iron.
traditional person. He's like, look, there's only 3 ingredients you need in life: one is olive
He's like, I
oil.
got the eggs. He's like, no eggs.
That was great. He's like, the eggs are at the bottom.
Grab the eggs, dude. Grab the eggs. We're like, there's
container,
no eggs.
there's
Get the
nothing
eggs,
in there.
dude. He's like, there's no eggs in here, dude. Just give me the damn eggs.
Dude, yeah, it was great. But
That's
I like
funny.
the best part. He's like, all right, do you guys want some mayo on your sandwiches? Do you guys want some mayo on your pork chops?
Yeah,
Do you guys
dude,
want
we
some mayo
fucking
on your...
season the pork
And I'm
chops
just
with
like,
mayo.
dude,
Nice, dude.
do you want mayo with your mayo? Like, what the fuck?
Damn, we should have. I ate a bunch of those pork chops, but we should have tried cooking some on those rocks, dude. You could easily cook on those flat.
I would not want to cook a pork chop on a rock, dude.
Dude,
Why not?
wash
It's
it off a
pork.
bit, dude.
It's pork.
Dude,
Pork's not... You have to cook pork good.
Not really.
not really.
Yeah.
Dude, just fucking man up.
That's also another dumb thing.
You
I
said
think...
you've eaten raw pork.
Yeah, but that was before I freaking went to... Anyways,
What would you do then? Beef?
probably beef.
You just eat beef.
Like thin cuts of beef or something. Eggs would be probably too.
No, you can do it. You just gotta like.
But you guys didn't bring them, obviously.
No eggs.
No, it-
That's another
we should
thing.
do
I
a
was,
Browns Park trip. We can easily do that. That's the thing I keep telling everyone. Like, those
when are we
guys
gonna do it?
Browns
I'm
Park
down.
would be nice.
So next week, this weekend, I'm working. I guess next weekend.
I can't in the next month, just in case.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Just in case for
Level
what?
up.
Yep.
Level up, dude.
Letting everyone else know.
The baby girl arrives in May.
Doo-doo-doo. Breaking news.
That'd be how shitty would that be? I'm
Someone
in
scores. Baby
fucking Browns
enjoyed.
Park.
You need to be
I
here
come
now.
back. My baby's a week old.
Oh,
It's like, who's that?
well, hopefully.
It's
Are
like,
they
great,
paying
dude.
rent?
You don't even know her anymore.
I know my brother's trying to go for like Memorial Day or whatever. And I mean, I would be still down to go because it houses a lot of people.
I'll take my truck. I don't care.
It's not too far, huh?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it'd be. I mean, that place is really easy, especially once. And if you go out there the first time, usually if you haven't been out there for a while, sometimes there's like maintenance that needs to be done, so you have to like do something with it. But
Dig ditches and stuff, you know.
yeah, for the most part, if you just show up there, all you need is just like food and clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, beds, showers, stoves, pots, pans.
That's
silverware.
that's one thing I've been trying to get
Cups,
across
everything.
is we brought pork chops to a desert. Pork to a desert.
Like, so we gotta eat these today.
Yeah, no. I think next
That's
time
funny
we
when
go.
you said that. I'm like, why don't we just get chicken or something like that? I was even thinking of like just getting, even like I like having stuff like that too because I guess we did have the grill, but something.
Lighter?
Yeah, just really easy. Even
Hot
Aubrey was
dogs?
like, because Aubrey's like, well, I can't fuck. She's like, I can't let anyone buy food for me because like that. It's like one of the things she's like was bitching about because she eats fucking bird food, and so like, yeah, the whole setup was most of it was like just totally just unhealthy. So like even the pork chops, she's like, I don't eat meat, with mayo. And she's like, why the fuck would I put mayo? She's like, I'm trying to like not eat that shit,
It was really funny.
Everything was like that. I was like, so-
Brick's like, make sure you get vegetables. He's like, all right, I got pork chops, sausage, bacon.
Green bacon.
What else did he
I
get?
knew because
Hot dogs.
Any suggestions? I'm like, just get vegetables because I know he would always get like a shitload of that. And so like he's like, I do tomatoes and onions.
Yeah, he's like,
So
tomatoes,
fucking just
onions.
find tomatoes and onions every like.
He got a couple cucumbers and
That shit's
potatoes.
Gone. Oh, and then there's like fruit. I guess the melons. Mm-hmm. But we still got the melons.
I thought that was fucking hilarious. I'm like, what did you buy? And he's like, just a bunch of meat. And I'm like, dude, Brick said get more vegetables, dude. He's like, what else did he say? He's like, I got kale or something, but he never brought any of it. It was only like yams.
Dude, we should just do it Browns Park summer and just go out there every freaking weekends we can. Because like, dude, it's only like I can get out there in like a tank, fill up right before you go in there, and that's basically $30, $20, Mm-hmm. It's like go out there, two of them, about $40 a weekend, take food, and I'm like, dude, that's like if you times like sometimes going out and stuff like that, you can go out quite a few places and stuff. You buy like $7, $9 drinks, you end up spending somewhere like $50 to $100 a night. Fucking going out, it's like
Especially if you
get
split
food. Oh shit! But if you split it, you go to Browns Park. The whole weekend of like wilding out, you'd be able to pay for gas, fireworks, food. Especially if splitting it between everybody. I mean, you have 4-wheelers, you'd have fucking
Fuck, you had me at fireworks, dude.
fireworks.
Dude, last time we went out there, who lit the firework
stuff
upside
too,
down?
Like we never do it. Oh, that was me on accident. Yeah, I
You
just dropped
lit a
it in.
cherry
I
bomb
didn't think
upside
about
down?
it, like reading it or nothing. I just thought it was like, all right, whatever. Dropped it in there upside down. I was like, boom! Just fucking blew up.
The whole
right on
street
the-
explodes.
Boom, right on the ground. Because you have to drop them in with the bottom piece flat or whatever.
The best part was your neighbors were there too, out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, and then they're like, all coming out. It was like 4th of July, and they're like, all right, guys, you can do some fireworks tomorrow. It's like 1 a.m. We're like, who the fuck comes out camping when they like gotta get up and go do shit? I guess you gotta go fishing, do whatever, and you got fireworks going off or something. But like, I don't know, it was just interesting. It was like, who the fuck are you? And I was like, oh shit, I pissed him off. At least what I thought, you know, because my grandma's property, and then this might like my grandma's friends, I guess, because their property as well. So they'd been there for freaking 40, 50 years. So they've like grown. They live there? Yeah, they've pretty much basically lived them. They've been neighbors for so long, you know, so they've known these people for so long. And yeah, like I guess I shouldn't drop any names, but yeah, she was like talking about the neighbors like bitching about us doing that stuff. And then I told my grandma, and I was like, dang, I hope they're not mad at us, you know? And I was like, yeah, they got a little mad over there and stuff like that. And she's like, what? She's like, you're out there at Browns Park, you can do what you want. She's like, they can suck it. Well, not basically not like that. She's like, they can tell you not. They can't tell you anything what to do, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
You should have just shot the gun,
like,
dude.
oh,
Pop,
shit.
pop. Go back inside.
I did have my gun there.
She was like, you do not have to listen to them.
I don't think we did. We kept going for a minute, didn't we?
Yeah.
Until we ran out of fireworks.
What are they going to do? Call the cops?
Because that was like the whole idea. When they were younger, like when they got the place and stuff, it was all like the escape, you know? Because before it was so remote. It was like basically them. That was like just parked trailers out there. The only thing out there was like a few things, because like a little trading post. There's like a post office and stuff. It's actually Butch Cassidy's like one of the hideout towns and stuff. So that was like a pretty ditched off remote area and stuff like that. And so they'd go out there and just like wild out, drink and stuff. I remember my grandpa would do that shit. Like we'd be like driving to and we hit the dirt road, and he'd be like, we're on the dirt road. And he'd park. The second we got off the dirt road, and he'd like go in the back and mix him up a freaking drink, like whiskey and Sprite and shit or something. And he'd be like in there, be like, we're on the dirt road. And he's like, you don't need your seatbelts. He's like, no. He's like, you can go ahead and hang out the window and shit like that. When really it's the road, you need the seatbelt. You know, it's like the shit you shouldn't be doing.
That's fucking
But it's
badass.
like,
Hell yeah, because like that was the way that like, they said it. Like, we're out here, you know, we can have fun and stuff. And so like usually when you're out there, they just most of the time get drink and have a big bonfire and stuff like that. And they would say like be getting crazy. And as a kid, I never like seen it as getting crazy. But for them, you know, being in the town, it's like, damn, having a fire, drinking until you're late, and then passing out, just walking over and then passing out, and getting up in the morning. And most of them they'd go hunting and stuff, and so they'd be shooting shit or fishing or rafting or riding or doing whatever, because there's so much hobbies out there now. And I just was like, damn. That's how it used to be. It was badass, and then now it's like people go to bed. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
As soon as you hit the dirt road, you just become an outlaw. It's the Wild West again.
Basically, that's how I always felt. Like I was like, maybe this way they made it sound, because they'd even let me like, even my dad was like, thought that was so funny and stuff, and he'd be like, we were like 5, 6 years old. He's like, want to drive and stuff. And we're like, what? Fuck yeah, you know. So he like hop on his lap. He's like, all right, we'll be driving. And for the longest time, I was like, damn, I remember Dad used to let us drive on the dirt road when we were hella young. Mom was like, yeah, but he'd be sitting there and he'd be like steering, and his hands would be underneath, like holding on to the steering wheel and like hitting the gas, and we'd be like holding the top, like fucking yanking it back and forth, like just looking out the window, like, yeah, I'm driving, not even paying attention.
As long as you got the steering wheel, dude, you're in control.
Yeah, it's like giving your younger brothers a shitty paddle, you know, that's not even plugged in.
Yeah, it's just like
he's just going at it, and you're like, yep.
You're playing.
You're doing great.
So more like the little pieces cut off, so you're like, your thumb's gonna be hurting here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
It's a marathon tactic. It's the
Mad Cat's controller.
Yeah, dude, the shitty controller with like the plastic knobs so it hurts your fingers.
I remember that was a big pet. Like with the PlayStation, I was like, it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
With the Xbox, you get some of the times those shitty Xbox ones. I was oh fuck.
You get the original
Xbox
big ass
One.
paddle.
Oh my god, those controllers were garbage.
I thought they were okay. The worst part is
when I first used them, but when they came out with the second remodel version of it, I was like, oh my god, I thought it was one of the best controllers.
the worst part is playing with your friends and they know fucking cheat codes, so they never die, and you sit there at their house for fucking hours on end waiting to play because you don't have a fucking cool Xbox, and they're just like, yeah, just typing in cheat codes.
That was like us too. We remember me and my brother, we like put our cash in and got the 64. And it was like getting PlayStation 2s, but at the time we all the games we wanted to play were like the 64s at the time. So it was
dude, I was stuck in 64 while everyone else had the Xbox.
That's how I felt like too, because we were still playing like StarCraft and like, yeah, for us it was like the Zeldas that shit. Dude, I remember like trying to like kind of going online and getting a couple of forums, but you'd have to download like the big ass tips and tricks books, you know, that you could go to like the Barnes and Noble and buy. And be like trying to figure out how to go through the things. And I remember like playing like Zelda, like the first one. I mean, going like it took me so long, like oh my god, so long to do some stuff. And I remember like in one of the water temples, it took me like so long. I was running around for so long, like checking. I'm like, I don't even know what to do, and seriously, like weeks went by. Me just scrolling through the whole thing, and then just happened to see this little eye-looking pendant, and I'm like, oh, and you just shoot your way up to this like doorway because it's over with. You know, it's like wait for you to get up over there. I'm just like, oh my god, you know. And now I can just go online and I see that, and it literally says it in like a sentence, like look up. It's like, fuck.
Look up. Quit looking down, you idiot.
Yeah, you know, and then now with like Grand Theft Auto, it was like up, down, left, right, up, triangle, back. It's like wanted level dropped.
Yeah, dude, that was
frustrating. We like barely gets 1 star. It's like, turns off. You're like, what?
I remember playing that, and he's like, all right, so whenever you die, you give up the controller to me. Whenever I die, I'll give up the controller to you. And here, you could play first. I'm like, all right. He's like, let's see who can get the most stars, dude. I'm like, all right. Get killed on 3 stars. Literally don't play for 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, your turn. Thinking he's going to die in like maybe 4 stars. No, never dies. Just has infinite life. Keeps revamping his life. Goes to 6 stars. Keeps giving himself life. And I'm just like, dude, I was stuck with a fucking pistol. I had to kill a cop with a bayonet to get his handgun to start like killing people. You're over here with a fucking minigun blowing everything up. I'm like, how is this fair?
Yeah, like a weapons package. Like,
yeah, there's a weapon package 1, weapon package 1, weapon package 1, and I'm just like, what, dude?
Unlimited ammo and stuff.
Yeah, and
I'm just like, we're going to storm the base and get the jet. And you're like, dude, I want to fly a jet. I'm like driving around the freaking little
taxi
moonbeam fucking van.
The Faggio.
Van.
Little scooter.
Oh, the Faggio. That shit was so funny.
No, I was always in like a stupid taxi, one of those round ones, the shitty one. It wasn't even the cool square one. We're talking about Vice City.
The Vice City one?
Yeah,
Vice
the round.
That's like the best Grand Theft Auto. Like
Vice City's pretty damn good.
It's good.
I like that. I like Liberty City too. That one was
Liberty
fun.
City. I didn't play it as much.
I like the
I played it
FBI
afterwards.
cars.
To beat it, I have to beat Vice City first. But like,
Have you played the newest one?
it's such a big game changer. Oh my god, Rockstar, dude, the jumps that they made from like 3 to Vice City.
Yeah, it's insane. The new one right
badass.
now is fucking amazing. Like, I love just getting on and messing around and doing some stupid shit, especially
Like
with the random
everybody,
people.
huh? I always hear like I just see so much different stuff. They're like some of the most popular Twitch people play like fucking Grand Theft Auto.
It's a fun game, dude. It was a blast when it first came out because it was like, get with your homies, do some missions, you know? You're running around trying to rob a bank or whatever, and each of you's got like a different thing to do. You got to run over here, and like while your homies are being chased by cops or something. It was great. I'm hoping the Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out for PC.
That'll be good. It'll probably be a PlayStation exclusive.
I hope not. I
For
really
like
hope
a couple
not.
months.
I hope not.
I hope so, dude. It's going to be so cool. I'll let you come over, dude.
I hope they release
I'll
it.
let you play with my Mad Catz controller on my PS4.
Well, thanks, dude. I'm glad you have a Mad Catz controller in 2017.
I don't. They're out of business.
Are they?
Yeah.
Just
recently,
I should have
too.
seen that coming. Oh, just recently. Okay.
Yeah,
Should've
they're
talked shit.
fucking shitty ass controllers.
Fuck yeah! I remember they had like some dumbass design. They're like for breathable hands. I'm like,
Imagine
I swear
that,
my
though.
hands sweat more.
Imagine that being the guy just being like, yeah, our remotes aren't selling anymore, guys. Pack it up.
Yeah, here we go. Just like check out this remote sucks. Come on, man. We got this all new blast. I mean, the grip is really bad. I mean,
They're
it's
catching
meant
on.
for breathing. I feel like my hands are like sweating even more. Come on, just when you get the button's got a weird sharp edge. When I push down, it doesn't feel smooth and hurts your fingers.
Yeah, but
Come
it's
on,
$20.
we're fucking Mad Cats. The name's Mad Cats. What do you fucking expect? We're mad, all right?
It's meant for cats.
Yeah, it's for cats. Cat toy.
You give it to your cat, you idiot. That's why it's $14 a controller, not $30.
It's meant for your cat to look at you and slide it off the freaking countertop.
This is the one you give to your little brother, so he doesn't fucking bother you while you're going pro.
And stuff. Dude, I remember even like I think it was like PlayStation or maybe it was even PlayStation 2, but like playing like Gran Turismo. I remember I was like, dude, I can never do these long ones. And Alexi's like, dude, I just like play like 100 laps and pause the game. Come back later. I was like, oh shit, dude.
You can pause the game?
Yeah, one time with like I remember we watched Alexi was like doing one of the Gran Turismo games, and I used to just like walk from my house up to their house and whatever, like when we were in like 3rd, 4th grade. And in the morning, and we just like get a bunch of breakfast and shit, nibble on mostly cookies and junk, play games.
Good stuff.
Yeah, play some freaking Grand Theft Auto or like some Gran Turismo and stuff. And then Alexi would do that. We'd be like playing Gran Turismo, freaking pause the game. We'd walk to school, go to school, do all that stuff. Walk home from school, go to Alexi's house. We'd be talking about it. I'm like, can I play? Can I play? It's like, yeah, dude, let me finish. Freaking straight up, resume. It's like,
how many rounds you got
and I
left?
just sit there and watch him play. When do I get to play?
When I'm done, dude, how many rounds? I'm on 90 of 1,000. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
I do remember those, dude. He's like, what the fuck? I think it was his little cousin or somebody who came in one day, and he was like super close to getting one of those like really long missions done.
Oh,
His little cousin's like, I don't want to play this dumb game. Changes it. And he like banned him from his fucking the bottom of the house. He's like, you're not allowed down here anymore. I'm fucking chasing you.
I remember they used to do that shit with like when they had playing Zelda and stuff. Like, I didn't think they had a big enough memory card. So like, don't delete the game, whatever. You have to leave it. So they had it paused and they had it like in the closet. Like, don't let anyone see it. It's on and stuff like that. And it's like hidden in there. Because dude, I remember even doing that shit back when like playing NES and like the Super NES. Like, you get to a certain level and you, like, die, and all of a sudden, I got 15 seconds, like, tells you some bullshit code, XXYV. So you're, like, it's like a save point on, like, the whole level. Even though the level takes, like, 2-3 hours to do. But at least get you back to the start of that, and you're like, oh, God. You made it to a save point. It's like, you, like, write it down and stuff. And then
imagine the amount of rage quits that would happen, like, if that was going on now.
I'm pretty
when
sure.
I was a little... Oh, I know, huh?
They'd be like,
when I was
fuck
little, I was
this.
smashing shit. I was, like, freaked. That was the thing that would, like, actually make me lose my mind was games.
Yeah.
Like, video games. I'd be like... Especially, like... if they just didn't work, you know, properly. Especially, like, a controller, mechanical. Like, I would break controllers. If they didn't work, I was just like... Bam, bam, slam it. Because I was like, it doesn't even work.
That's why
You know,
it
it's
doesn't.
like, it doesn't even work. Yeah, it's like, that's why it doesn't even work.
The first time you fucked up. The second time is because you broke it.
There's
the
no
first
point to even
time.
have a piece of trash.
Piece of trash, Mad Cats.
Yeah, and fucking
It's not
you know,
even invented.
I'm like using it because it's like, you know, I'm like, this thing's a piece of trash. My mom's like, well, you're not getting it. It's pretty basic. It's like, you know,
You're not getting
you're
another
not getting
one.
another one. Looks like you're sharing and not playing with friends. You fucking. No.
Well, you did have two, and then you smashed one because it didn't work, and now you're smashing that one.
Yeah. Well, you only have one controller. You know what that means? No friends over. Lost all friend rights. Oh shit.
Let me borrow your guys' controller so you can come over.
Yeah. I didn't want to bring my friends over to the shithole anyways.
Did you guys ever run away when you guys were smaller?
Oh, dude, I remember running away one time. It was so funny. I did that shit. I loaded up all the like just junk and toys and shit from
In your backpack?
yeah, and then like we had this like real fucking Red Ryder or whatever, like fucking
Radio flyer?
radio flyer. Yeah, the little wagon, and I was like loading all my shit in it, and I, at the time like because I've always been like mouthing, so I was mouthing my mom and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so when I was like young, she would like spank me, and I'd be like, that didn't hurt, you know. Like, so I try and
That's
like,
all you
always,
got?
dude. So I'm like, I'm out of here, and she's like, all right, freaking, you know, I'll see you, go, or whatever. And I'm like, and I'm not even gonna come back. And I'm taking this, and I was like, and I'm taking this, you know, I was like going back and taking stuff, like
Family pictures.
Yeah. And it was so funny because they're like, and Oliver, come on. And I'm taking Oliver. And like, I took my brother and stuff. And I like loaded him in the wagon. And like,
That's kidnapping. I'm calling the cops.
and I like took off down the street or whatever. And my mom's like, oh man, it was so cute. I thought it was so funny. You thought you were like getting so far away. And she's like, literally, you were like down the street. And then you end up like switching or whatever. And she like had her camera out too. And she's like photos of it. She like took a picture of us like hiding over by this bush and stuff, and then like 2 hours later, then she has another picture of my brother like pulling the wagon with us like pulling me in it.
He's like, let's go back. It's cold out here.
No, you're going to have to
that's
drag
so
me.
funny.
All right. Get in the radio flyer.
But I feel like it was good like lessons and stuff too, because I was like kind of with that personality. I was like, you know, I'm gonna do this, and like, you know, my mom was like, instead of being like, I guess forceful, she's like, all right. Fucking, we'll see. All right,
Climb
you know,
that fence.
So I started learning that shit the hard way. So like basically, when I remember like coming back and stuff, how'd that go? You didn't want to stay out there? No. Why? There's nothing out there. Oh, what do you mean? You need power? You need TV, huh? It's just it's like, yeah, there's nothing like that out there. Yeah. It's just
It
like
was a
wasteland.
rough journey, Mom.
You're out there forever.
You don't know what I've been through. Fix me up some
I'm from the
goddamn
streets.
SpaghettiOs.
I'll be in my office.
Yeah.
Hop in your toy car bed.
It's like, I'm like down there like messing with Legos and shit. I need a piece like this, okay? A piece like this. Anyone looks like a piece. I remember doing that shit, like digging through Legos. If anyone has a 3-dot, like red, I need a piece like that. If you see one, let me know. It's like, digging through the Legos.
I need a piece like that.
That was the worst when those skinny ones were stuck to the big ones, and you're trying to separate
I would, like,
them.
Chew them off. Sometimes that would ruin them.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
they
you
were
can never get
definitely
them
always
off,
bent.
dude. Like hurt my fingernails. I'm like. Now, freaking Lego, you buy like a little tiny like pod racer, and it's like $70. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they're expensive now.
It's like wow.
Plus, why
Before it
Lego
was-
when you have Minecraft, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know. I just barely deleted it off my computer. I'm going almost all no games now. But Minecraft, oh shit! Like, I remember when I was in California, and a lot of downtime. I played a lot of Minecraft.
Dude,
I like stopped playing. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna start just going. So I just started just driving out to the beach. So I'm like, I just gotta not play because I just like start building random ass shit on the server, especially when I got the what is that the admin the VOC thing where you can just like change
voxel picks or whatever.
Picks, yeah, so you can just make whatever like pull out of nowhere, you know.
I remember that was funny. Was it Tyler that was playing with us?
Yeah, the server.
And like I'm like, Tyler, do not ruin this area. And I had like something built there, and I come back, and there's like, it looks like Goku shot like a beam through the entire map, and like my building was like half destroyed. And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? And he's like, sorry, dude, I was messing with the parameters. And he's like, I clicked, and half the map was gone. And I'm just like, dude, I fucking told you not to do anything. He's like, I was just looking in the general direction, and it ended up fucking erasing everything.
That's so funny. That's what happened to me one time with him too. I'm like, dude. He was like, let me mess with this thing, and I'm like, dude, something. I'm like, you're like lagging out my computer. It's like the blocks are like slowly just disappearing all around my character, like slowly far away. And he's like just sitting there, and I'm like, dude, it's like lagging. This thing is lagging out. I was like, it's basically I'm just like standing in the middle of the big ass hole. This is that the voxel picture thing on or whatever. I'm like floating because I have like that fly ability, and so everything is just like. So the entire area of like the ground and everything that was around him just disappeared. Just like
Yeah, it looked funny. It literally looked like Goku like did a Kamehameha because it was like it started from 1 pixel, and then it was like 2, 4, 8, and it just kept going out like in a cone, and that cone just erased everything. And then like my little creation was over here, and like half of it got hit by the cone, so it was just gone. And I'm just like, dude, why?
You're like, I know exactly where you're standing.
Yeah, and he's like, well, you could see each other because we all had like admin powers, so it's like we could see everything. And I guess he was just messing because like it's basically like paintbrush. You just select like Y1.
You can't undo though.
You can, but it takes forever for like the game to like reanimate like all the boxes. But it was funny.
yeah, you like that game probably because it's flat.
Yeah, like this Earth.
Kidding. I was just gonna do that because I was trying to remember because I remember both of you guys because you were like sent that text and you're like, do you gotta remember to ask you about Dimitri asking you about flat earthers,
dude? Oh my god, that shit's so funny. So he wants to listen to the podcast like really bad.
Why don't you let him?
Who does?
Dimitri.
Really?
Yeah,
Already?
Dude, it's on. It's on Pocket Cast. It's on SoundCloud.
It doesn't matter if you say it. Like I have to tell him the name of it in RL.
This is for people out in the
okay.
too, I guess. Dude, there was randoms like after like getting because I bought the SoundCloud Premium. You have to. Yeah, after like 3 hours of music. So if you do a podcast, it's basically like 3 podcasts. So you can get the Pro or whatever, but like got the Unlimited because it's like better. I only paid the 1 month, whatever. It's $15, but then so the next month I'll probably just buy the year. It's $130.
If you want, I'll give you. We could split it 3 ways.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's the way. Well, that works. It makes it easy. But like on this one, so you can see like all the analytics. You can see all the things and all the places. There's people all over the place that like just randomly, like just ping it and stuff.
That's pretty cool, though.
Is it consistent
awesome.
or is it just? I guess we probably shouldn't be talking about it on the podcast.
But anyways,
no, it is. It's awesome because it's like admiring too. Like the fact that someone would like donate that time is like 100% appreciated because I do it.
Or they accidentally clicked on it, like, oh shit, back. Don't want that in my internet history.
It would have to be like to the end to get to play.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's silly. Okay. But dude, okay. So what I was telling you about Dimitri is, he comes up to me and he goes, "Hey." He's a hardcore Christian, like hardcore. He tries to convert me all the time. And he comes up to me and goes, "Hey, what is your opinion on and I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm like, flat Earth? He's like, how'd you know? I'm like, I don't know.
Because I'm walking on
I'm
it.
like, I'm living here. And he's like, how did you know? And I'm like, I don't know. I just took a random guess. It was just a dumb guess.
Research as well. He's like, how'd you know the Earth was flat?
But no,
you guys agree
he's
on
like, he's like, it's stupid, right? And I'm like, I don't know. There's a couple of weird things. I'm like, I'm not saying it's flat.
Whatever, dude. I know you're on your Nazi fucking
what
anger came out. No, it's real. Of course, it's real.
No, I was like, I don't know, dude. But there's some weird stuff. And he's like, I think it's silliness. And I'm like, dude. And I'm like, where'd this come from? He's like, one of my friends was talking to me. I'm like, who? He's like, well, I can't tell you their name. I'm like, come on, tell me their name. And he's like, no, I can't tell you their name. He's like, it's embarrassing. I'm like, tell me their fucking name, dude. He's like, no, I can't. I'm ashamed to tell you they are. So I'm like, I've been bugging him for like the last 3 days. Just like, tell me who it is. Like, I want to know.
You need another brother in arms.
Someone else working there. I don't want to keep dropping names. I don't know who will listen to it.
Yeah.
Because people like this, anyone that has a time to spare will listen, dude. You'll be surprised.
Who cares, dude? Fuck him. Anyway.
No, it's good. Okay, anyone could, but like you don't be like, and it was that. And he's like sitting there, I'm embarrassed to say. And it was Johnny. It's like, Johnny, oh, what the fuck, man? You embarrassed to talk about me? It's like some like bitter ex-girlfriend.
Oh, boy. It doesn't matter. Maybe. But anyways.
I want to know for
so
sure.
we keep going. And he's like, well, what do you believe? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. But he's like, well, do you believe it's like evolution or creationism? I'm like, well, I don't
Why
really.
Why always got to go back to that?
I don't know, dude. But he doesn't believe any of it. The funniest part was, I was like, dude. I'm like, I believe in aliens. I'm like, because I've seen some crazy shit. He's like, those are demons. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, the things you see in the sky, like fluttering around. He's like, those are demons. And then he's sitting there making fun of people who believe in the flat Earth, which really pissed me off because I was like, look, dude, I'm gonna need your help to go to my Patreon.
Yeah,
at Dig
we
Deep.
Should start a Patreon, dude.
And we'll just name it Dig Deep, and it'll be like to go into the bottom of the flat Earth.
I always thought that'd be so funny. Dig to China. You never know,
China.
Dude. I never get on my Facebook page, and so you never know what people be like. Because I'll seriously, and like I just said like 10 times, I'm gonna kill myself.
I can help you with that.
And it was in 10th or 11th grade. I made a page on Facebook back when it first started, and they first introduced pages. I'm like, if I get 10,000 likes, my mom will get a tattoo that reads "Son," because there's that Dos Equis commercial.
Yeah.
Like his mom has a tattoo that says "Son." And I was like, would you get one that says son? She's like, I'll get son, so that it's like includes both you guys and stuff. I'm like, no, it's got to be son. And I was like, son. She's like, I'll do sons. I'm like, well, if it did 1,000 likes, you wouldn't. She's like, no one would like it for 1,000. And no, of course, no one did. It was like, like 2 people. I logged back in, not even recently. Like a shitload of people have liked it. And I'm like, damn, moving on up. Over time, my mom gave me a tattoo.
You're like, it might not be in a month, might not be in 2 years, might not even be in 5. But 25 years later, you're gonna get that tattoo, woman.
Tattoo.
She's on her deathbed, and you're just like, well, sorry, Mom. This is happening.
Right above her eyebrow on her forehead and shit. Yeah, sons, what's up?
You're like, all right, Brett, let's put it on her. He's like, you got it, boss.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Just kidding.
He's like, it's kind of hard because it's like kind of everywhere. I'm just, old people get all like wrinkly. He's like, I'm just going to need you to put some tape here. Put some tape here.
I wonder how to even hold the ink. That'd be actually interesting.
He's got like some scotch tape.
Do it young.
Stretched
out.
All right,
gotta get those likes. Gotta really work for these right now.
guys.
Seriously.
Yeah, come on, guys. I need.
But what else happened?
Oh, yeah. What was he talking about? Yeah, sorry.
Oh shit, dude! I got so lost. Shit, dude. Yeah, so he was talking to me about demons and the flat Earth, and then I started explaining to him. I'm like, dude, did you do any research in it? I'm like, because it's really like interesting, and I'm like, I'm trying to convert him to become a flat earther because that way I can have one under my belt.
Yeah.
Well, once you convince him, just be like, just kidding.
He's like, I'm 100% convinced. I'm like, I'm not. You're gonna have to convince me now. But
also some weird things.
Yeah, I was telling him about like the Antarctic Ice Treaty, where I was like, dude, I'm like, nobody can go down there. He's like, what do you mean nobody can go down there? I'm like, if me and you got on a boat and we try to go down there, they'd stop us. Who's gonna stop us? And I'm like, the army. And he's like, why would they stop us? And I'm just like, dude, because there's fucking aliens down there, dude. And he's like, why do you think they're gonna stop us? I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. but it's probably because the Earth's flat and they don't want us to get into the wall. And he's like, no, it can't be flat. And I'm like, so is it round? And he's just like, well, I'm not sure. And I'm like, and I'm just like, I'm like, dude, this all reverts to like God in some way to him. It's kind of funny, but I'm going to keep probing him. I'm like, yo, did you look into that flat Earth?
What do you think about that flat Earth, huh? Well, just like anything. I mean, anytime you ask a rising question, it makes it interesting because, like, even if it goes back to like science with some form of experiment, you know, if it even is like, this is gravity, we know it's gravity. See if I pick this up, it'll fall. If it'll fall, if someone's got some weird test to it, you're like, well, shit, I want to know. You know, so it's like the same thing like that. You know, like you hear something, we know it's round. Well, it might not be. Well, shit, why do you think that? You know, like that's craziness. So it's super intriguing, you know, to hear something from that almost disturbs common knowledge because you're just like, dude,
especially for someone that
so
likes to disagree.
How, you know?
Well, the thing that like I find really weird is the oldest maps and like even the people's oldest knowledge of the Earth was that it was flat. The Earth was always flat, like no matter what.
And they're dumb.
And then science changed that, right? Science is like, no, it's not flat, it's round.
Yeah, we can try and talk.
So what I'm saying, no, what I'm saying,
the religion of science.
No, what I'm saying is there's a lot of sciences and theories that were thought to be right, but are wrong. Like modern textbooks, you can open up a modern textbook right now, and half of it's probably going to be incorrect. Same with medicine. Like, what was it, like 10 years ago they thought eating fatty foods was bad for you, but now it's the exact opposite. You should be eating more trans fats.
Yeah, but a lot of people had to die for that fact to be.
But that's what I'm saying. Back then, that was.
So you're saying
that was the
how many people have to fall off the face of the Earth because it's flat until we find out that it's actually flat?
Well, see, here's this, Brian. Nobody can fall off the face of the Earth because it's being protected by a sheet of ice that is being protected by an army. So you can't technically fall off of it unless we dig to the bottom. Using my Patreon aid. Let's get there.
Let's get there.
No, I thought it was Dig Deep.
No, I keep changing the name.
Yeah, to the other
There's
side
like
or
4
some
different
shit or
Patreons, at least 100.
It's like, yo, we're going to combine them all at the end, like, and it's going to be called the Triforce.
You can listen to one of those. Don't
The
even listen to one of
Triforce.
them.
Whichever one of these gets the 10K first wins. But we're still going to use the other two, obviously. Yep. 10K is probably not going to be enough. We're probably
It'll be
millions.
the name of the shovel that you use.
10K?
No.
Triforce.
Whichever one wins.
Oh, whichever one wins. Dig it. I'm going to need 3 names.
Life's a hole.
Yeah,
Life's a hole. Dig it.
life's a hoe.
And if anything, you know, if I die before I get to the bottom, I want to be buried at where
you made it to.
where I made it to. And like in a golden coffin. Okay.
Damn, dude, I
Use
get
with
to
the
see
rest
you
of
guys,
the Patreon money.
It's like
embezzle
he
badass like coffin.
Well, you can't really embezzle it because as soon as they donate, it's donated, right?
yeah. And then
free cash, yeah.
the best part is 100 years later, some random person like drops a stick of dynamite down the hole and it blows up and there actually is a bottom and I was only like 3 feet away from it.
You're one more dig deep.
And then they're like, oh, the irony, dude. He died before he got there.
Now, as soon as they
You'll,
blow
like,
it up, you
hear
just
the
fall.
story in the sauce.
Forever. That'd be... I wouldn't mind that. I'd like to be buried with gems of all rarities,
And
preferably
draped in
rubies.
gems. Would like 2 tiger's eyes, stones, polished, placed between my eyes. And
In my eye sockets. So that way when like my skull is found, it like has 2 ruby red eyeballs in it.
Oh, that'd be cool. Everybody would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
was
and I
this
want all
guy?
my teeth replaced
What do
with
they do?
diamonds.
Just make him name it to every single different person. Why is it ruby? They called him Ruby Red. Hey man, you told me that they should call him freaking the Red Rider. Yeah, dude, this is Ruby Red Eyes, dude.
He's
Red
staring
Rider
right in your eyes.
gun and yeah, the guy's all mad.
Story says he was the first cyborg.
What if they made a religion after you?
That'd be crazy. I would love that.
Ruby
Well, I guess
Red.
I'd be dead. But
Or
the
would
thought of
you?
it would be great.
If enough
all
people
you need.
believe in you, you come too. You ever hear about that theory?
I'd be resurrected? Or
Yep.
resurrected?
No,
or
like-
respawn?
Yep,
If
basically.
you build it, they will come, dude.
If you build it. It's true. So if I start digging a hole, people will come and help me dig a hole.
Well, you can be the opposite to the Dalai Lama. Isn't that right? Because like the Dalai Lama, right now in Tibetan Buddhism,
He's burying holes?
no, he's like the guy or whatever. But there's like a different Buddha, like a Buddha 2. I can't remember the name of him, but he's got a different name. And usually, like the Buddha, whatever one, will find this most time as a kid and be like, "Oh my goodness, this is the new reincarnation of themselves." But as the number 2, and then by that time that dies, and then they have that kid, and then it becomes like the Dalai Lama, basically their Buddha.
Kind of like the Airbender.
Kind of, and then they find them, the younger kid, another kid that guy does, and he's like, that's him. And the only person they can find or know is that person, the Dalai Lama.
So like
itself.
a prophet?
Yeah, basically. So the Dalai Lama found his like a few years ago and stuff like that. That was during the Tibetan War. And so when they got split to the Tibetan War, China kidnapped that kid. No one's ever seen him since.
Damn.
So technically, like, as this next period goes on, I mean, Tibetan Buddhism is, when the Dalai Lama's done.
So that kid's gone that was supposed to take his spot?
Supposedly they didn't kill him or nothing, and like supposedly they had like an interview with him. They're like, yeah, he's living in China and he's happy being not Buddhist or whatever, something like that. It's like some like bullshit statement. You're like, what the fuck?
It's like translated just like that. It's like, he live here and he okay, go home. Fuck you.
But there was kind of like a tactic to kind of get back at that same thing, because there's a lot of like that kind of button head type of religion and stuff too. But so if something like that happens, it's like,
you know what I think would be a really cool thing to do is imagine if you could go back to any time in period in the Earth's existence and be a part of any civilization, and you could jump through them. So like you could go back to like ancient China, but you'd be like a Chinese person, obviously. And then if you wanted to, you can go to like ancient Rome and you'd be like a Roman, and you could just jump around everywhere to experience how they lived life.
that'd be cool.
I think that would be like one of the coolest powers.
That'd be really cool to experience life different. Even that'd be even kind of cool just to do that. I mean, just journal now, and be like, oh shit, I wonder what it's like to live in like this small town or this area. Especially if you could do that to some people. Damn, I could think of some people that would just need to like live in some other people's shoes for a few days and just be like, here you go.
Yeah.
It's like that, changing places or something.
I don't know why I like, that's one of my things I'd love to do is just live in other people's shoes. I'd just be like, I want to live in ancient China and like just fight in one of those like ancient Chinese wars where they have those statues.
Oh, yeah.
What they call the Jin soldiers or whatever? Is that what they're called?
No.
The ones that were under the
They're called like the
water,
ghost samurai or something.
where each one is like a
They're
unique
each
face.
different. Yeah,
Oh,
like,
it's-
unique.
You're talking about the Chinese army.
Yeah.
That's going to be resurrected.
Yeah. How you show up. And they'll be like, and they're all going to come out of the ground.
Yeah, right. As soon as you go back in time, Admin, you're going to be the first guy to catch an arrow.
I probably would.
You're
But it's
just
like as
climbing
soon
the
as...
ladder. Don't worry, guys. I'll be up here.
Friendly arrow to the back.
Oh, that's how this works.
Friendly. Yeah, son of a bitch. Being friendly.
I told you not to let him be in the archer squad.
Yeah.
The guys told me it was an arrow hug.
He's way too friendly, dude. You never let the friendly ones in, though. Howdy. It's like,
But every time you die, you get to choose to where you want to live next.
You want to be the guy right next to him to punch him in the face.
dude, I bet pretty soon that'll be a freaking just a VR you'll watch,
It still wouldn't feel real, though.
Oh, and that's true, because like you, I guess, have the guess from now what it would be like.
Yeah.
You'd have no idea. Like back then, you'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, I guess that's true." We'd have to use this kind of whatever clothing, rope inch, or some stupid thing.
Well, there's some YouTube channels that are dedicated to like debunking and like completely ruining movies. Where the guy I guess it's not ruining movies, but he goes like he watches a show or whatever, and he's like, "Why are they wearing?" Yeah, he's like, "Why do they have studded leather?" He's like, "They didn't have studded leather back then." It's like, come on, people, who has studded leather in like the fucking 1500s? It's like we're even further
It does,
back,
dude. Fucking king.
Fucking king.
Don't be touching me. I have studied a letter.
Yeah, and I guess there's like certain colors they couldn't have for uniforms or whatever because like it was impossible to make certain colors.
Blue.
It's like, why is that guy wearing a fucking like lime green? They don't have lime green. It's like red, blue, and green. That's it.
Yeah, they didn't have turquoise because it was in Indian country.
Yeah, and then also like he talks about how they have swords on their backs. Mm-hmm. He's like, you can't have a sword on your back because it's literally impossible to take a sword out of a sheath on your back. He's like,
Unless you're a man and you just grab it by the middle.
I remember doing that when I was a little kid and like putting the sword on my back. And I'm like, this is shit, dude. And so when I put it on my back, I put it like on my lower back, so it'd be right here, so I could pull it out like that.
That would probably work.
So it was like I felt like it was more normal that way. And then a long time after I seen it on like an anime of Rurouni Kenshin. Like keeps it like long ways like that, so it comes out. But like other than that, like this, and it's like it was already too far, and it's like still stuck in there.
By that time, someone's already running up and stabbing you.
It's kind of barely just the tips kind of caught in there.
You're like, give me a minute. This sword fight hasn't started yet. He's like charging you.
Time out.
Time in.
Dude, it's like people thinking nowadays living life is brutal, dude. But imagine living back then, dude. You're just walking around the street, and some dude jumps around the corner, and he's like, drop your foot, boy. And you're just like, I'll stand my ground. And you pull out your sword, and you guys are fighting with swords. And he hacks your hand off, and then you're bleeding and crying like a little girl.
I may not have the fairest bosom, but I'm the most fairest sword fighter of all land.
And then whoosh, gets stabbed in 2 swings. My liver.
Yeah. Oi, my liver.
'Tis just a flesh wound.
For thou out. Stab me in.
But your arm is gone.
Yeah.
I've had worse.
Yeah. Still won't make me bend to the likes of you. Oh, man. Even that could be made up, too. It'd be interesting to see, because like, you even see stuff now where I always keep hearing stuff where they think that Shakespeare was, like, made up. Or, like, that it was a multiple people. Like, Shakespeare was one of the names of the, like, a group of, like...
Like a band?
Yeah, like 5, 6 different people that had done all kinds of different stuff like that at the time. And so they kind of just grouped it all together as one. So Shakespeare got credit for all of that stuff.
What a bastard, dude.
He was the Dr. Dre, dude.
See, at the time, he just freaking liked in it, but now, you know, even when he gets all his fame finally, he's dead.
Yep.
A lot of them old
fucking
people.
dead, dude. What did he achieve? Did he achieve digging a big hole? Nope.
Yeah, he didn't get that big hole,
pictures.
Dude.
Big hole in my heart.
Die. So, with that being said, dude, follow Admir on his Patreon page so that he can get to the other side.
Dig deep.
Or let's
we should
dig
totally
it.
get a Patreon page, dude, for freaking Lost Minds. I would dig a hole each time we do an episode, dig a couple...
Dude, I think
keep an eye on the YouTube channel, Brick.
I think the Russians did it, and they got 8 miles before like machinery started melting or
dude,
something.
That'd be scary, like because you get halfway or not halfway, pretty far down, and the walls start kind of. Because I remember doing an excavation and stuff with this other company, when they started doing this area where there's like a hill, and they didn't know if they should just go straight through the hill or do whatever, and so they just went straight through. And like when you like get in the thing, like anytime the dirt would get above your head, it was freaking weird feeling. You're like, God, what if it collapses? Could if it just slid down? You're just stuck.
Just squishes you in there.
Yeah. So
Cheese it.
We'll be rooting Admir on from the other side. But, you know, you can always find us at Lost Minds on SoundCloud, Lost Minds in Pocket Cast, Lost Mind soon iTunes, and, yeah, Google. You can always find us on our personal pages.
Our picture is an atom of a brain repeating over and over again. It looks like a brain atom. Yeah, because I was searching it and I couldn't find it till I just looked for the picture.
Oh, really? On SoundCloud?
I'm Podcast Addict.
Oh, you really?
Or SoundCloud.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so some of those are like kind of because they're just barely getting on there. Slow process. We're having more fun with it before we're like uploading it and stuff. But
yeah.
So you can always find me at Brick on anything else, and yeah, brickanderson.com for Banff Beard Oil products, 25% off. Mention Lost Minds. There you go.
At Brian is the Beast. Find it.
All your major sports. All right, yeah. Once again, thank you for listening. Check out the next ones when they come on through. Thanks.
Stop shooting. Why? Because you're going to damage that beard. I like shooting. Well, you better get yourself some Banff beard oil. Is that like a shield from my beard? It can be. Basically, it's a protective layer. It keeps your hair in the dry climate and altitude from the incredibly break. You're going to need that. Yeah, you're going to need it. You get a little crusty old dirt in your mouth. It falls right out. Nice and smooth and shimmery. Where do I get it? You can go to brickanderson.com. You can click on the Banff beard oils and just go use the promo code LOSTMINDS. LOSTMINDS, 15%. Alright, I'll go there right now. And don't be afraid to just keep adding everything you want to the cart. Hold this. I'll put 2 of them. Bye.